Okay, so obviously the situation in terms of COVID is quite dire, and we've saw images this week which we never want to see repeated again, particularly around the fact that we've had people being treated out the back of ambulances at Antrim Hospital. It's very clear from the positive cases that we're seeing every day, that an urgent intervention was required. So the Executive has had detailed discussion around what that needed to be, around the duration of that and the specifics of all of that. So what has been decided today is that there is going to be a 6-week lockdown, and that begins on the 26th of December. There will also be, that will stay in place, for, as I said, for a period of 6 weeks, but there will be an inbuilt review after 4 weeks. In addition to that, there will also be a week where there will be even more additional restrictions to what will be remaining over the course of the 6-week period. And I'll talk a wee bit more about those in a second. For those that have chosen to form a family bubble for a small time over the Christmas period, that will still be facilitated, so that's still allowed to go ahead. I think that just in terms of what will be closed over the 6-week period, we'll have the closure of hospitality in its entirety, apart from takeaway. Their off-licences will close at 8 o'clock. All non-essential retail will be closed. Car washes will be closed. Dog grooming will be opened. Hotels will be opened until the 28th to accommodate the Christmas situation. There will also be financial supports put in place, so the current measures which we've had over previous restrictions will be rolled over to support businesses through this very challenging time. The additional week of restrictions that will begin on the 26th will mean that in that week there will be no sporting activity at all. So things that have been planned will not be able to go ahead, and obviously that's will be very disappointing for those people that are organising those events, but it's a necessary intervention. Also in that week, all businesses that are allowed to open, so your essential shops, for example, will all be asked to close at 8 o'clock, so no businesses will be opened after 8 o'clock. So I think that this is it'll be disappointing to many. I think a lot of people also would have expected it. It's very clear that we needed an urgent intervention. I think this is the right decision by the Executive, albeit I accept it will be challenging for many, many people. We tried to get a balance in all of these things, but it's clear that we needed a longer and deeper intervention, and I believe that's what's been arrived at this evening, and that's been a collective position from the Executive that has been arrived at this evening.